steal. Don't steal from my property. Don't steal from me my property, because I spoke these things from the foundation of the earth about the spaceship. I spoke about the United States of America, but in the preacher's heart, they take it and transcend this into a vessel to chase after the dollar bill. Because here in Solomon, he tells you we got to know where we are in Bible prophecy. He said, a time to be born, that's when you got to plant this tree. And it's corn, it ain't got no corn on when you plant it. It's got the sprout on the tree. This where it's a time for it to be born. He created him a God of everything. He applied every creature God from the foundation of the earth. Blessed it is be fruitful and to be. It's there. We got nursing, we got to heal with. A time to heal, a time to break down, and a time to build up, a time to weep, a time to love, a time to mourn, and a time to dance. All of these things have came to pass in the season before us. Measuring the time of our destruction. A time to cast away stone, and a time to gather stone. Together, a time to embrace, a time to refrain from embrace. In other words, it's going to come a time that you got to quit asking God to pay your light bill. You got to quit asking God to give you the things of vanity, and you got to seek Him in the time of the season where He talked to you about. He sent the holy angel, and He told the angel to bind that which is not of Christ, and bind that which is of Christ. Jesus spoke these things also in St. Matthew. So you got to take away, when the time of the angel, when he said he saw that heaven was like, the man told him, did not we plant good seeds in the field? Then why is there tares growing with the wheat? And he said, enemy has done this. Alexander the Great has done it. This was that season where he went in and killed, and he did all manner of things to his peoples, trying to contaminate the seed of Abraham. When he did all these things, he made the habitat of Abraham a reproach of God, because he went back in, killed Saddam Hussein, and replaced it with these seeds that were caused by Alexander the Great. We don't see these things. He slayed the peoples through secret. So at the end, God have called his angels to cast in the sickle, give it to him, and God is slaying his people now. But the prophets of these times is not speaking concerning what the United States has done. They speaking the sermon about livelihood. America livelihood. Calling this, but it's a plague have been cast upon the United States of America. And nobody's teaching the peoples. They're teaching them about prosperity. And the sickles of God have been cast into the earth, slaughtering the peoples, and they're still preaching lies of prosperity. This is why God sent me here to prepare the way. But he said, don't take that which belongs to my prophet and twist it and make a lie out of it and exploit the word of God, causing them to defy the people, to defy their God. My God, I'm speaking the truth. And it doesn't matter where you say it is. You got to listen and listen to what I'm saying, and you got to go to the Bible at these parts I'm saying. Now, Ecclesiastes chapter 3 is a time to reign and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. What profit has he that worketh in that wherein he laboureth? I have seen the travel which God has given the sons of men to be exercised in it. He has made everything beautiful in his time. Also he has sent the world. He has sent the world in their heart, so that no man can find out the works of God, work that God makes from the beginning to the end. In other words, what he's telling you, speaking in the first part of the Bible when God gave this prophecy to Abraham, gave this prophecy to Adam and Eve. These was God's blessed one because they was of the first fruits of the earth. This is where the freeway began of life. But as they grew into time, it became a cornstalk where you had to break down this thing and you had to heal it in order for it to yield. You had to cultivate the land where it will produce the best of its yield. But when the Gentiles they carried away from the thing, man, to cornstalk, create for the corn.
And not in the jury, because which is not the dollar. We're enjoying the spoil. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter who you love and what you love. It don't matter. God is going to put a curse on it. It don't matter what building you get in. It's not big enough for you to hide. Ephesians chapter 8, during your space, told me to tell us. He told me to speak to the Son of Man, be to the man of God, rich and the poor, and said, thus, said Lord, I'm not going to be a false prophet. I'm not going to protect, prophesy, propaganda. It doesn't matter what kind of thing you stand there for me and you prophesy these things against me. I'm going to speak what God told me to do. I showed you these things. You don't have to speak my name. It don't even matter. I don't care. I'm going to get your burden thrown off, man. I'm going to get the poor man, the rich man. I'm going to get the poor man burden thrown off me. I'm going to lay it in your lap. You can do anything you want. I don't care. You can hate me all you want. I don't care. I'm not going to preach to you lies or falsehood. You can laugh, make jokes, anything. At the end of that, to give your own. I'm